Good evening, and welcome to your AI Daily Press evening podcast for June 22nd, 2025. The move has sparked widespread condemnation from the international community, with many leaders calling for de-escalation and diplomacy. Israel has been conducting its own bombing campaign against Iranian targets, and the involvement of the U.S. adds a new layer of complexity to the situation. Iran has vowed to respond to the attacks, which could lead to a wider conflict in the region. The United Nations Security Council is set to hold an emergency meeting to discuss the developments, while European leaders have urged restraint and called for a return to diplomatic efforts to resolve the conflict. We'll continue to bring you updates on this developing story as more information becomes available. In the meantime, we invite our listeners to share their thoughts and opinions on this critical issue. How do you think the international community should respond to the escalating tensions in the Middle East? Join the conversation on our social media channels. That's all for now. Stay informed, stay vigilant, and stay safe. We'll be back with more news and analysis tomorrow. Thank you for listening to the AI Daily Press Evening Podcast. Now for the latest in social and cultural news, here is Barbara Waters.
Thank you, Walter. Firstly, we've been following the escalating conflict between Ukraine and Russia. The situation remains dire, with both sides committed to their respective causes. The international community is pushing for a peaceful resolution. But so far, there's no end in sight to this devastating conflict. In our second story, we reported on the U.S. strikes on Iran's nuclear sites. The attack has raised concerns about a potential widening conflict in the region, with Gulf states on high alert and nuclear authorities monitoring for any signs of contamination. The Iranian government has vowed to defend itself, warning of everlasting consequences for the U.S. and its allies. Lastly, we took an in-depth look at the U.S. strikes on Iran, analyzing the potential consequences and implications for global stability. Our expert panel weighed in on the issue, discussing the complexities of the situation and the need for a peaceful resolution. The situation remains fluid, and we'll continue to bring you updates as more information becomes available. That's all for tonight's summary. Thank you for joining us on the AI Daily Press Evening Podcast. Until next time, I'm Barbara, and this is the AI Daily Press. Now, for the latest in business and finance, here is Louis Riskweiser.
Thank you, Barbara. I'm your host, Louis. We've got a few stories to share with you tonight, so let's dive right in. First off, we're seeing some significant movements in the market valuation of India's top companies. The combined market valuation of 6 of the top 10 most valued firms jumped by Yorda 3.43 lakh crore last week, with Bharti Airtel and Reliance Industries emerging as the biggest gainers. This surge is in line with an optimistic trend in equities, which saw the BSE benchmark gauge jump 1,041 points, or 1.7% last week. However, not all companies saw a surge in their market valuation. TCS, like Finance and Hindustan Unilever, faced erosion from their market valuation last week. This volatility highlights the importance of staying informed and adapting to changing market conditions. In other news, we've been analyzing some articles from Seeking Alpha, which highlight the potential of dividend growth stocks and REITs in a well-diversified investment portfolio. One article caught our attention, titled 3 of the Best Swans You Can Buy Right Now. They're Not REITs, which discusses 3 publicly traded companies that have raised their dividends for 10 to 25 years, offering market-beating yields and possessing strong credit ratings. We also came across an article discussing the European Aeronautic Defense and Space Company, which highlights the company's strong dividend growth and attractive valuation. While these articles provide valuable insights, it's essential to approach any investment decision with caution and careful consideration. And finally, a disturbing case of cybercrime has come to light, where a senior citizen was scammed out of $1.4 trillion worth of gold in an online investment fraud. This serves as a stark reminder of the dangers of cybercrime and the importance of being vigilant when investing online. That's all for tonight's edition of the AI Daily Press. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you again soon. Remember to stay informed about the latest market trends and to be cautious when investing online. Until next time, good night and stay safe. Now, for the latest in science and technology, here is Carl Starman.
Thank you, Lewis. Firstly, we explored the Vera C. Rubin Observatory's planisphere, a centuries-old tool that helps stargazers navigate the night sky. This simple yet powerful instrument allows anyone to identify constellations, spot planets, and unlock the secrets of the universe. Next, we traveled to Mars, where researchers from Georgia Tech and Brown University discovered a composite volcano on the rim of Jezero crater, a former lakebed that could have potentially supported life. This finding sheds light on the geological history of Mars and highlights the importance of continued research and exploration. Lastly, we looked at the Vera C. Rubin Observatory's upcoming survey of the sky, which will provide unprecedented insights into the universe. The observatory's planisphere will play a crucial role in helping scientists understand the movements of stars, galaxies, and other celestial objects. These stories showcase the wonders of our universe and the importance of ongoing research and exploration. Whether you're a seasoned astronomer or just starting out, there's always something new to discover. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the stars. Until next time, good night and clear skies. Now for the latest in sports, here is Howard Closewell.
Thank you, Carl. Firstly, we took a closer look at the Fanatics Games Championship, where an average Joe named Matt Denish has been making waves by competing against professional athletes like Tom Brady and Justin Gaethje. With his impressive performance in various challenges, Matt has proven himself to be a force to be reckoned with and will continue to follow his journey. Next, we examined the Kansas City Chiefs prospects for the upcoming NFL season, discussing concerns about their defense and the aging star defensive tackle Chris Jones. However, we also highlighted the team's resilience and talent, which will undoubtedly help them overcome challenges. Lastly, we touched on the Houston Texans' determination to bounce back from last season's divisional round loss, with quarterback C.J. Stroud leading the charge. With his remarkable sophomore season and newfound experience, C.J. is ready to take his team to victory. That's all for tonight's summary, folks. Thank you for joining me on this evening's edition of the AI Daily Press. Until next time, stay informed, stay entertained, and keep on cheering for your favorite teams and athletes. I'm Howard, your host for this evening's podcast. Good night, and may the world of sports continue to captivate and inspire us all. Now, for the latest in travel and human interest, here is Charles Curel.
Thank you, Howard. First, we looked at a story from Japan, where Indian-inspired curry was adopted and transformed into a uniquely Japanese dish, known as kare. This delicious food has become a staple in Japanese cuisine, and its evolution is a testament to the power of cultural exchange and adaptation. Next, we explored a remarkable move by American Airlines to elevate the customer experience. The airline has formed a Customer Experience Advisory Board, comprising leaders from prominent brands such as Disney, Four Seasons, and Marriott. This bold step demonstrates American Airlines' commitment to putting customers at the forefront of their operations and learning from industry experts to deliver exceptional service. Lastly, we touched on the importance of cultural exchange and innovation in shaping our experiences. From food to travel, these stories remind us that adaptation, learning, and customer-centric approaches can lead to unique and exciting outcomes. That's all for tonight's summary. Thank you for joining me, and we'll see you again soon on the AI Daily Press Evening Podcast. Good night. Now for the latest in fashion and entertainment, here is Jones Streams.
Thank you, Charles. Tonight, we're recapping the latest music news that's got everyone talking. First off, we've seen a sudden resurgence of old tunes on the charts, with classic hits making a comeback. I want to hear from you. Are you loving the nostalgia or ready for something new? In other news, Lil Wayne has dropped his new album The Carter 6, featuring a collaboration with his son Cameron Carter and classical music legend Andrea Bocelli, joining forces with Lil Wayne and Wyclef Jean on a track called Maria. It's all about pushing boundaries and exploring new sounds, folks. And last but not least, Benson Boone is on fire with his new album American Heart, featuring the hit single Sorry, I'm Here for Someone Else, which has just reached #1 on the radio songs chart. This talented singer-songwriter is a star, and we can't wait to see what's next. That's all for tonight, folks. Stay fabulous, and we'll catch you on the flip side. Now for the latest in nature and environment, here is David Attenacher.
Thank you, Joan. Firstly, we marked World Rainforest Day by shedding light on the critical role rainforests play in maintaining global stability. We emphasize the need for urgent action to protect these ecosystems, citing the success of indigenous communities in preserving tropical forests. In our second story, we explored the dilemma faced by Melbourne residents as councils implement stronger regulations to combat the decline in urban canopy. While acknowledging the benefits of tree preservation, we also considered the concerns of residents and the need for a balanced approach that addresses individual property interests and community benefits. Lastly, we turned our attention to the exciting world of golf, where England's Tommy Fleetwood has taken the lead at the Travelers' Championship in Connecticut. With a 3-shot lead over American pair Russell, Henley and Keegan Bradley, Fleetwood is poised to secure his first PGA Tour title. We'll continue to bring you updates on this thrilling tournament as it unfolds. That's all for tonight's edition of the AI Daily Press. Thank you for joining me, and we'll see you again soon. And that completes our evening podcast for today. Thank you for listening. Bye. Until tomorrow morning, I'm David Attenacher for AI Daily Press, the world's most unbiased news source.